Okay, very quickly, 2011 Audi S4, 180,000 miles, in the process of replacing the valve cover gaskets, which I will have an upload soon in terms of how to do this at home with pretty much basic hand tools. Now, the biggest hurdle for a lot of people is this guy, the crankcase breather hose. Now, interestingly enough, the Audi service manual that the dealerships use state these are not made to be removed without breaking. If you're removing this, the clamp here will break and you have to replace it. Not an easy job and not an inexpensive job. So what some people will do is just unbolt the fasteners holding down the valve cover and then rotate it 180 degrees and then clean off the surface areas and apply the new gasket. I want to remove everything. I want to inspect what's going on. I want to bring this on the bench. I just like the working room. And I just removed this one, as you can see. Let's do the driver's side together and let me show you what worked for me. Okay, so it does take a little bit of time. Do not rush this. So these clamps are held on at 4 different points. 12, 3, 6, and 9. I mean, look at the 9 o'clock. It's not easy to get to, but we can still tackle this. This is a SIM card. If you've ever purchased a prepaid phone, for example, and you have to purchase the SIM card, you get one of these big ones, and they include the mini one that you end up using. But this is really thick. So also, if you have a gift card, that will also work. An old credit card, that may be a little too thick. The point is you want something that's quite sturdy, but not too thick, because if you use a flathead screwdriver, for example, it can snap this. These are really, really delicate. Okay, so let me cut this in pieces and we'll start inserting 12, 3, 6, 9. So I'm going to use a flashlight and try. Actually, let me move the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is the 9 o'clock right here, 12, 9. Grabbing my gift card, credit card, whatever you want to try. This is just a SIM card that I cut up very gently. Okay, you see how that kind of slid in, and now it's holding there. So that's good. We're good to go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, over to the 6 o'clock position. I don't want to overdo it. This is almost a little too thick, but there we go. Now we're going to be incredibly gentle, incredibly gentle. Make sure the engine is cool, obviously, when you're doing something like this as well. Let's see. I'm not going to go too crazy at the 12. Let me thin this up. So it is a little difficult. I'm just afraid I don't want to snap anything. I think we're pretty much there. Now I'll start trying to remove this. I may have to adjust the one at 6 o'clock maybe a little bit. But let's give it a shot. The O-ring on this is incredibly well placed. Hold on. Let me reposition the 12. I mean, in a way, it's so insane. This is the way that they do things. In my mind, it's such a waste. Because especially companies today, ESG, good for the environment, and you design a part like this that can end up in the landfill just for making a buck. And on top of that, they just don't want you working on your own car. I mean, let's face it. Why design something like this? It's so silly. Okay, now the one at the 12 o'clock, I just cannot insert one of these completely where I need it to be. So, very, very small flathead. Okay, gently pry up at the 12 o'clock and then start trying to remove this. You see how it's coming out? Now, before I continue, I'm going to remove this because I don't want it to drop in the engine bay. Okay, we're good here. This comes out, garbage. And now, very slowly and gently, and there you go. Completely intact, not cracked, not broken. Okay, that is terrific. I sincerely hope this helps a number of you owners out there. If you're new here, I will have a number of uploads very, very soon on how to maintain this vehicle at home. Pretty much basic hand tools. As always, thank you so much for watching.